Okay, so if you're someone that's easily offended, this video may not be for you. If you are a church person, not necessarily church, but if you're a religious person at all, this video may not be for you. Um, this is honestly just coming from me. I'm not talking about everybody, of course. There may be people out there that's like me, but again, I'm just a simple person. Alright, so let's dive into it. As far as church, I used to go to church. I don't go to church, I haven't been in church in a long time. I'm just somebody that just don't believe in too much of anything anymore. It seems like people need something to believe in. They have to complicate life as much as possible. It seems like if we don't complicate life, if we don't believe in something to keep ourselves busy, then what? You know what I mean? As far as examples, that if you get a new car, if you get a new house, if you get a new job, promotion, anything that people say, I'm blessed to have this, they thank God for doing this thing for them. Why it just couldn't be you? Maybe you put in the hard work, you know what I mean? Or maybe just something happened where you deserve it. Because you do make your own choices. You do go to work every day. You do put that extra effort out there to deserve whatever it is you deserve. And let's just say that God didn't do it. If there's a God, if there's some magical man in the sky, let's say there's some big demon, the devil, downstairs. What if the devil put that in your life? You still give thanks to something that you're not sure that gave it to you. It can be angels around you. Why you couldn't thank them? You know, the devil, he's probably doing a whole lot more. No one knows anything. But what we've been brought up to know is in church is that he is the one that does everything for you. And again, this video is not going to be for everybody. I look at things differently. That don't mean that I'm a bad guy. That don't mean that, I worship anything. Honestly, I don't worship nothing. I live life as it's given to me and I roll with it. I don't complicate life. But getting back into that, why can't people just say, hey, did a good job? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just off the top of my head just throwing some stuff out there for people that try to understand something. And that goes back from the beginning of what I said, man-made stuff. It seems like women, they have to put a name, a definition to something they may not understand. Like back in the day, you had Poseidon. You had a sun god. You had all these different gods back in the day that people worshipped because they didn't understand why the sun came up, why the oceans are crazy like they are. So they gave gifts to people. They, to the gods. They prayed to them until we got real scientists and they gave another reason why we have beautiful days, why we have thunderstorms. Science. So again, men have to create a name for something in order to make themselves feel better, in order for them to understand, and also give to the world. So you have trees, you have houses, we have all these names that it started out with something because you gotta give it something. But then people also take it to different levels to complicate it. I was just talking to somebody on social media, and her post said something about is it possible to wait 6 months without sex? And I said, of course it is, it's possible, but why? Why do you want to do that? We've been put on this earth to basically have sex. That's what however we got here, whatever we're made out of, that's to, produce more life. And so I said, yeah, we can, but why put all that, because at the end of the day, sex is important in a relationship. And if you don't discover or ask questions about your deep, dark secrets of sex, because everybody have layers. Everybody has a thing that they're embarrassed to talk about involving sex. So, you have the basic sex, of course, but then everybody, it seems, they have something else under there that they're kind of, they don't want to tell their partner about, because it can be a chance of them breaking up, or they may look weird, you know what I mean? So to me, it's important to get all that out, as soon as possible, so you're not wasting time, because you never know, the other person may be into what you're into, and y'all can have a great sex life, but sex is important. So when I said all this, she agreed with me, and then she said, people wouldn't believe that it's more than just sex. It's the flesh pounding, whatever. I'm like, yeah, people want to believe that it's more than what it is, but at the end of the day, it's still what it is. Because you can wait a year without having sex, and when you finally do it, it may not be all that. Like, it can be a big disappointment. And of course, since y'all did this bonding with each other, you're gonna try to either stick it out, work it out, and see if it's workable. But if it's not workable, that relationship is done. There's no difference to me in having sex in the first day and a year from now, because if you genuinely like this person and y'all have sex right away and the sex is great, that can be a beautiful relationship. And just the sex is terrible, you can cut your losses. It's not like, and again, sex, it depends. Sex could play a role in breaking up, not breaking up, because usually most men, not all men, and women, I guess it's 50-50 with everybody, that if you have sex right away, you sometimes don't want, getting to know that person kind of complicates things, because now you're so focused on sex, which is, again, something that's in us to do. So yes, you could wait a little bit. I'm not saying 6 months. 6 months is a long time, but within 2 weeks, you should be able to kind of get to know that person, kind of where their head's at, where they want to be in life, where they want to be in life with you, blah, 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 blah. But, alright, so that was that little part. But getting back to the original video, people make things complicated. More than what it needs to be. Again, dinosaurs. I believe there were dinosaurs here. Why? Because they got bones. You know, they found footprints. They found bones. They got, you know, museums of dinosaurs that walked this earth before we were here. I believe in that. A lot of people say you can also believe that there was a God that walked. There was Jesus, this and that. My thing is, okay, cool. What does it look like? We have a description. Okay, cool. What does it look like? Back then they had drawing utensils. Because right now, as you see, when we have a president, he's all over the place. You know what I mean? He has posters. He has them in in DMVs and, you know, oh, they had writing utensils. Even in the Stone Ages, they sculptured in the rocks, you know, big, what do you call those? Big elephants with the tusks. They drew this because that was part of their life. You know what I mean? And if it was really somebody, we wouldn't have this big debate on what Jesus looked like, what God looked like, because those hand-me-down stories that were told, hand-me-down, you know, whatever that we have to this day, we would have a hand-me-down picture of him. Or we wouldn't have this debate about if he's white, if he's black, is he Allah, you know, all that. Every color, every religion of people have their own special person that they pray to. And again, I don't believe in none of that stuff. I'm here to, however I got here, I know that I'm not here on this earth long. I just want to make money. You know, even that's a man-made thing to keep us all in line. Money, people die for it. You know, that's how you get through life with it. If you want to live okay, you know what I mean. People work for it, their fingers to the bone. But I want to travel. I want to love the people that I love that's around me. That's my focus. You know, if there's a devil, there's a God, this and that, you know, okay, cool. Now, there's a little part of me that said that there is something. Because, yes, I've seen ghosts, I've heard stuff. Do I believe in aliens? Yes. I've seen with my own eyes. And not just me. I think I was 16. I was living in Williamsburg, in Virginia. And it was my mom, it was my sister. I was in the back seat. And I'm leaning in the back seat on the door. And I look up. I see this ball. And it's in the middle of 3 spoon-like shaped objects. And one was in the front, the other ones were staggered, and there was this ball that was in the center. And I asked my mom, I said, Mom, what's that? And she said, where? And I point, and she looks up. We pull over. Of course, we don't understand what's going on, what it is. So we pull over and we get out. And when I tell you, I had a baseball. I can literally throw this thing and hit one of them. But you can hear nothing. You can hear no motors. You can hear, when I say they were so quiet and they were just gliding. They were just gliding. You could hear nothing. If I wouldn't have looked up, I wouldn't have known they were there. I believe in stuff like that. Unless we got some stuff that the government has that it's never been put out before, and it was a test run, which I don't think that they wouldn't do nothing like that, not that close. Then, I have it blows my mind. There's other people out here that seen stuff that I have seen. So I believe them. So I believe stuff that I've seen, stuff that I experienced, But you gotta understand, people that have not seen, been around, experienced in life, when they talk to people that's been through, no matter what subject it is, when they talk to people that have been through it, it's either you're gonna believe them or you're not. I mean, you might be in between because you probably heard it from other people. But you have to experience life in order to have some real hard evidence of things. That's just kind of where I'm at with a lot. But again, I don't want to complicate everything. It's just want to do simple things like travel. Have a good relationship with any and everybody that's in my life, and enjoy it. We don't know where we're going after we die. A lot of people think, even that. You have some people that have died and came back, and they'll give you their experience. But no one will never know what's on the other side, if it is another side, or we just die and that's it. No one knows anything. We don't know of what spirits I've seen, if you want to call them spirits. Shoot, are we the spirits? Honestly. Are we, and the other, whatever we do see, is that the real life? We might be spirits to them. Again, all this a man has to make sense of all of it to feed us so we feel better about each other or about whatever it is that's out there. But again, I don't care. I want to enjoy the beautiful days that we have. I love fishing. I love going fishing. That's what I do. So, again, if this video doesn't agree with you 100%, again, it's just my thing. You're going to believe in what you want to believe. You're going to believe in what other people tell you. Do you live your life and just chill? You know what I mean? I know somebody I know people, they just really put their time and effort into trying to figure out so much. It's like that they can't enjoy the people around them. You know what I mean? Like, I do respect people that that really believe in something and want to figure stuff out. Other than that, we wouldn't know, why the stars are up there. We wouldn't know that the earth is round. Some people say it's flat still, but you know what I mean? You have people out there, scientists out there, trying to still figure out how we got here, what we are. Again, if that's you, that's you. do you? But me, I want to eat lobster, travel again, and just experience life while I'm here. But anyway, if you have any questions, comments, leave them below. And I'll make a video about something else. But I'm tired. My mouth is dry. And I'm hungry.